Hello and welcome to Kiska Brand Bajega. Today on the show, we have someone who single-handedly demolished bowling attacks across the world. And that's why he's rightly called the Hitman. So please welcome the Arjuna Award winner, captain of Mumbai Indians, vice-captain Team India, destroyer-in-chief of oppositions big and small, the one and only Rohit Sharma. How are you doing, Rohit?
Thank you. Good. Very good.
Welcome to Kiska Brand Bajega.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Rohit, my first question to you is, from living in Borivali with your grandparents to your list A debut qualio for the Devdar Trophy to now being the Hitman, how has the journey been so far? Also, I wish to understand, were there any challenges you faced on the way? And what was the consequent learning you keep with you till today?
To talk about a little bit of my journey, it started way back in '99 when my grandfather, who's not anymore with us, he is the one who wanted me to play cricket and play cricket at the highest level. Because he watched the '96 World Cup and he was crying because we lost in the semi-finals, and he said, you play cricket so well here. You know, one day I wish that you would be playing there and helping Team India. And I was so young at that point, I had no idea what to say. I said, yes, of course, I'll play. I'll play for India. In a jokingly manner, you know. Yeah, I was not serious about it at all. I was only 9 years old. And then he got me into a summer camp, which again was very difficult for us to get into because the financials were quite high and we were financially not that strong at that point. So we somehow managed to get into it. And then from there onwards, it started. I started there as an off spinner because of the fact that, you know, when you go to these summer camps, there are selections before. Right. So you have to stand in queue. So as usual in India, everybody wants to be a batsman, not bowler. Okay. So the batsman's queue was pretty long. And I said, I can't wait here till evening. I have to, you know, go quickly and start playing. So, and I saw at the same time the bowler's queue was very small. So I went there. Although I wanted to be a batsman, but I said, I somehow want to get into that summer camp. So it doesn't matter how, whether I get it as a batsman or, as a bowler. So I went there and then, you know, they saw my bowling. They asked me to bowl a few balls. I got selected, played for that team, and we reached the finals. And the finals, the team we played with was my school, which I joined later. Wow. So the coach of that school saw me and he said, why don't you come and play for our school? And I went and informed my chachas and my grandfather that this is the offer from the school, should I go? They said, of course you should go. It's something that you love and this will give you great opportunity. But then I said, I will lose all my friends from the previous school. I started crying. But then somehow I got into that school, and from there onwards, I never looked back. That school journey was something that I learned a lot from, because it really taught me hard ways that you will never get anything easy, because we used to travel miles to achieve what we wanted to achieve. Because from Borivali, I used to come to Churchgate to practice. You know, local trains in India, in Mumbai especially, it's so tough. Because it's always packed and you always have to travel in that rush hours. Our practice used to start at 9 o'clock in the morning, which means you have to take the train at 8 o'clock, which is probably the worst time to get into the train. And then when we used to finish, it was again at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the evening. Again peak time. So it was not easy, but luckily I had a group of friends, sets of friends. We used to have fun, you know, do a lot of masti together and go into the train, which is why, you know, that journey became a lot easier than we expected. Which is why when I sit back now and look at all those things, it tells me, like, you know, it's not easy. Whatever you achieve, nothing will come so easily to you. So work hard for it. And then, yes, obviously, then a lot of things started moving quickly from there onwards. I got selected for under-17 India, then under-19 India, Ranji trophies, your zonals, and then the national team. So, you know, from there onwards, I've not looked back at all. I'm happy wherever I am right now. You know, it has definitely, I've learned a lot of lessons from all these journeys. you don't get to have that luxury while you're playing those under 17s and 19s. You used to travel in trains, no flights, no five-star hotels, and you have to share rooms. So it teaches you a lot of things. So I'm very, very happy way the journey has gone for me.
And how do you plan to intend that your daughter picks up from there?
Oh yes, which is why sport is such a big category in India, and it is such a big part of anyone's life because it teaches you so many things while you're growing up. Even if you're not growing up, even for mid-age people as well, sports is something which will keep you active. For a younger generation, it'll teach you so many things as to how you need to come up the ranks. Nothing will come to you easy, so you have to find ways to do it. So that is why I hope my daughter gets into some of the sports.
Great. Rahul Dravid with The Wall and MS Dhoni with Captain Cool have managed to carve out a niche for themselves, which have seen brands approaching them which match their persona. Rohit, do you think that your tag of Hitman or such tags helps one attract the brands?
So when I heard it for the first time, I was very excited, and obviously my name is somewhere involved in that as well.
Rohit.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I never thought it'll grow on with people so much, which is now at this point. So yeah, I mean it's quite exciting, and it's a lot of the younger generations they call me with that name. They don't call me Rohit.
Okay.
Yeah, Hitman, can I have your autograph? Can I talk to you about something?
A lot of debate currently happens on who is most desirable, cricketers or Bollywood actors. These things are probably taken into consideration before celebrities from either industry are signed up for campaigns. Rohit, do you have any do's and don'ts checklist about maintaining a public image?
See, I mean, when it comes to that, I try and be myself, whether it's on the field or off the field. But see, now we spoke of Bollywood and cricket, two different personalities, Bollywood and cricket. Cricket is, something that is very limited. Bollywood and people can act, as long as they want. So for us, when we're playing, when we have that opportunity, we have limited time, we know that. And we try and make use of that every time we get an opportunity. While doing that, we also know that we are role models. And a lot of people look up to us. So we want to set an example. But that doesn't mean that you have to change something and do out of your way. You have to be yourself more than anything else. You're not doing it for anyone. You just got to be yourself. And that is something that I try and do. Ask my teammates and people who are close to me, they'll exactly tell you what I am.
Right. There are two terminologies in marketing, brand identity and brand image. We went to the consumers directly to check the same for brand Rohit. Next, there'll be some simple questions and your answers will establish your brand identity. We will then go to the consumers and see how close they are to the desired answers. So the first question, if not cricket, what career would you see Rohit Sharma in?
I've said it many a times before. I don't know if the audience remember that.
Right.
But I said I would like to be in real estate.
In real estate?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's see if the audience have got that on. Have a look.
In one of his interviews, he has mentioned that he likes traveling, so I guess a travel blogger.
I think with a beard and a tan like that, I think he should definitely be an actor.
I think he's a sports person, so maybe a table tennis player.
Football. Maybe a businessman.
Maybe because he likes traveling, so travel vlogging.
As he pulls up most of pranks on Indian cricket team, he should be a prankster.
So a lot of suggestions.
It's a good one.
So tell us something about the pranks that you pull off.
I don't know if people watched it. There was a small video that I made of Kedar Jadhav.
Okay.
He's a big Salman Khan fan. So I asked him, and we relate Kedar as Salman Khan of our team.
Okay.
And he likes it. So I asked him on that video, when are you going to be seen? I heard that you were getting an offer for Race 4. The new film that is going to come. There was no such thing as new film. I just made it up on the video. And he got a call from one of the Race 4 film production that, are you going to act in the film? Because we heard that there was some of the websites, media channels, they picked up that
They
story.
took your prank seriously.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And it was out in the publications, and Kedar was the one who told me about this, that, this is what has happened. People have called me up and has said, which race for film that you will be part of. So they were quite confused of that. But yeah, it was a small little thing that we did.
That was great.
There are lots actually, and some of them which I don't want to share because, I'll get phone calls after the interview.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. Which product category do you think Rohit Sharma would be best suited to endorse and why?
Probably a four-wheeler
A
category.
four-wheeler category? Okay, let's see what they have. A few suggestions for you.
Being a sports person, he should endorse shoes.
I think hairstyling products because he seems to be stylish.
I think sports watch because it matches his personality.
I would say baby products because he has a cute daughter.
Energy drinks. Too much stamina is there.
Well, now that he's a family man, he has a cute kid and a nice wife. So I think life insurance.
That's a good one.
Very, very cute. So
Very, very
family
cute.
products. I hope IMG
I
Reliance
forgot.
is listening.
Yes, family product, yeah.
Okay, okay. Which app do you think Rohit Sharma uses the most?
Yeah, since they've been only talking about traveling, and I assume that they should be thinking that I would be using WhatsApp because I want to see my family
WhatsApp?
every now and then. So
For me, it should go for news apps.
I think Cricbuzz.
I think a wise gentleman like that belongs to Twitter.
Instagram, because I have seen many posts of him on Instagram.
I think it could be a memory app because he forgets a lot. That's what Virat Kohli said earlier.
that's a good one.
Memory app. Okay. And the final one. What should be the title of Rohit Sharma's biography?
What you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get. An interesting one. Let's see what the audience have suggested.
For me, it should be Hitman Sharma.
It should be quick shot, big shot.
I think he's just too good as a batsman, so maybe the unbeatable batsman.
Century man. Isn't he a Mumbai Indians player? I think somewhat like Mumbai Ka Khiladi.
I guess the ultimate opener.
Okay, so lots of interesting ones. Rohit, you've had an interesting brand journey, which has only grown over the years. You've endorsed some of the most premium brands in the country, be it Hublot, Adidas, Nissan, Seat tires. Were these decisions a conscious choice of your own or your IMG Reliance, which is your agency? Or do you take up whatever comes your way?
There are a lot of things that goes into making an association with a brand. Obviously, we sit across every month to discuss what we want to do, what we want to achieve. Because see, like I said, cricket is one thing and what you do outside that is another thing.
Sure.
And I want to be part of both.
Absolutely.
Because, you have the opportunity to indulge into both sides of the world, so why not? In past, there have been perception of people like, oh, cricketers shouldn't endorse. They should just focus on cricket. But I just want to remind them that doing endorsement, indulging into all those kind of things doesn't take your focus away from cricket.
Sure.
Every month we meet, we strategize, and we see where we stand and what we need to do as a team. So those are the things we try and do before getting an association.
Sure.
And once the association happens, the first thing that I look into is whether there's a connection or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can give you examples.
Sure.
Adidas was something which I really loved. Every time you see me, I'll be wearing that shoes. Half of my closet is filled with Adidas shoes.
Right.
Because I love Adidas. And there is a genuine love for that product. And I believe that if you don't have that connect, there's no point in getting into any kind of association.
Right. And it might show also that there is no relevance to the product.
Absolutely. I think that is very important. So all the products, all the associations that we have with the brand, there is some sort of connect. Whether it's a new brand that is coming into the market and they want to get bigger, so I want to try and help them to get bigger. And I want to challenge myself to take a new brand and make them reach at the greater heights. Whether I have that capacity or I have that capability or not, that depends completely on me. So I have to challenge myself there.
Rohit, I also want to understand, do you go that extra mile to add value to your endorsement deals?
Yeah, absolutely. We signed a brand called Highlander. Mm-hmm. It's a clothing brand. And the first meeting that we had with them was about what is the brand expecting from me. And of course, they laid out their thoughts. And then it was it was me who told them exactly what I want from the brand. And then I told them personally that I would like to get into your creative designing part of as well.
Okay.
You know, where I design what I wear, what I like, because I am the one selling it to the people, right? I'm the face of the brand. So I exactly want people to know what I am wearing and is what is available out in the market.
Oh.
Like whether it's the long line t-shirts that I wear, whether it's the narrow cut trousers that I wear, whatever it is, you know, I gave them those ideas and they were really happy. And yes, you must have seen the recent Hublot edition World Cup watch.
Yes, World Cup watches, yes.
It was purely designed, you know, by all of us. You know, if you see the watch in particular, there are stumps on the watch. There are bats. There is a bat, which is in the watch. And if you see the leather of the watch, it's the seam. Is the seam of the ball. You know, the threading. So basically, those ideas were put across to them, and they were kind enough to, you know, take those ideas and implement that.
Okay, talking about endorsements, most sports stars get endorsements based on their performances. A couple of bad series can hamper their equity in the market. So is there a pressure on you from your management on the same? And after a series of good performances, do you shoot up your price to cash on to the added equity?
Yeah, I think so. It's a fair judgment from their side.
Sure.
But as cricketers, we never look into those things. I personally never look into those things.
Sure.
Because my soul and whole focus first is to play cricket. That has been my dream, and I'm living my dream. That is allowing me to do other things.
Sure.
If I don't play cricket, nothing will be with me. Nobody would want to associate with me. Because if you look at India, it's such a big market, and India is one of the probably top-ranked country in the whole world. You know, so the competition is there.
Sure.
From the media itself. You know, there's so many journalists around. So they want to do something or the other. They want to write about something. So they're looking for things. And when you give them things to write, they will write. And I don't judge them with that. They're doing their job. As long as we keep doing our jobs and we are happy with it, nothing should matter.
Perfect. Rohit, you have a combined total of over 37 million followers across all social medias. Was this a conscious effort by you to build this digital presence, or did it just simply flow as an extension of your brand personality? Do you manage your social media accounts yourself, or do you have social media managers who do the same for you?
It's social media is a great tool, but it depends how you use it.
Sure.
You know, and people on social media are very sensitive these days. You know, they tend to react quickly, whether it's a humor that you have posted or whether it's anything sensitive you have posted. People like to pass their judgment on that.
Right.
Very quickly. So, yes, you have to be aware of what you're doing. But again, I want to try and be myself. On my social media, I've posted a lot of humors about my teammate, about the game and things like that. You know, and people have reacted in a positive way. People have reacted in a negative way. But again, that's the nature of social media. You will not every time have the positive
But are you
influence.
bothered about trolls and criticism?
Not at all. Like, you know, it's been a long time since, you know, all that things have been left behind.
Sure.
Again, I want to use social media for good cause, spread awareness, because I know if one message that you're posting, it can change so many lives.
Sure.
And so many lives, yes. But if it changes one life also, I'm happy.
Sure.
You know, so that is how I want to use the social media. And then, of course, a little bit of humor about my teammates will keep happening.
Perfect. Rohit, we've reached our next segment, Internet Ask Rohit Sharma, where we will ask you a few questions the fans are posing to you online. So let's see what they are curious about. Okay, so shall we begin?
Sure,
Yeah, let's see the first one. Okay, so Rahul wants to know, this is a picture of you with the fan in the World Cup, probably the oldest Indian fan. What is the best fan moment for you, Rohit? So can you tell us your favorite fan moment?
This was actually quite nice because, you know, the lady, she watched the entire game. And then I remember it was so cold. This was, if I'm not wrong, this was in Birmingham.
Yeah.
After we finished the game, it was, I think, India versus Bangladesh, if I'm not wrong. And she watched the entire game. And when I that's our dressing room. Actually, you can see the stairs there.
Yes.
So that's the way to go up to your dressing room. And while I was just walking towards that, she was standing there and she said, "Well played, beta. I'm very proud of you, and you will win the World Cup this year." And you know that feeling that I got at that point was just unmatchable, because I was not expecting something like that. And she was, while talking, she was shivering because it was so cold. And then I spent a few minutes talking to her about the game, and she knows everything about cricket, by the way.
Absolutely.
She had seen all the World Cup games, and she was telling me how I got out in the second game against Australia. Maybe you should try and avoid that ball next time.
Okay.
Don't play cut shot, which was good, which was really good, because it was coming from the heart.
Right.
It was no criticism. It was coming from the heart, and I really loved it. And I told her while just walking, I told her that we will try and win the World Cup for you.
Next one, please. This is a very interesting one. Chennai Super Kings has actually retweeted something with a comment which is defining ambush marketing in style. Both the hashtags right there. So what do you have to react to this?
It's a good one, but I think Chennai Super Kings, CSK, I think they've forgotten that Samaira bleeds blue as in Mumbai Indians and India as well.
Absolutely.
So, and in fact, there are a lot of pictures of her on my social media wearing Mumbai Indians jersey. But yeah, I think they tried well.
Next one. हनुमान जी के बाद अगर किसी ने लंका को बर्बाद किया था तो वो रोहित शर्मा. This is what Sushruti has to say. What do you have to reply to her? Which is
Sri Lanka has been very kind to me.
Rohit Sharma 264 runs, Sri Lanka 251 runs. Rohit Sharma won by 13 runs.
No, I must admit that Sri Lanka has been very kind to me. They have been actually. In this game, somebody dropped a catch when I was at 4. And then I got 260 runs more. So obviously that guy who, I don't want to name him, he met me at the breakfast tomorrow and he said, "I will not be able to land in Sri Lanka, sir. What did you do?"
So now let's come to the next part of our questioning, and that's IPL. You've had the best record for IPL. IPL also has a lot of brands, and they want to associate themselves with IPL and all the different teams. As a result of which cricketers end up doing a lot of ads during the IPL. Do you think it takes away from the essence of the game? And as a captain, how do you approach such things or regulate them?
No, look, I can't really talk about the other franchisee. I can definitely talk about Mumbai Indians.
Right.
We've set up a great way of handling this
Sure.
at the start of the IPL. We do most of our brand endorsements, brand commitments and everything before the tournament starts.
Sure.
So basically your workload management becomes very important, right, when you're playing IPL, because every second day you're traveling, there's a certain responsibility towards your franchisee, towards the franchisee that endorses certain brands.
Sure.
So how you deal with your personal brands.
Sure.
You shouldn't differentiate that, oh, this is franchisee brand, so I'm not going to give my 100%. That's absolutely wrong. You have to think as if this is your own brand. And of course, this is part of playing in IPL tournament. So in that way, we at Mumbai Indians, we are very lucky. Everything finishes off before we start the season. So a lot of credit has to go to Mumbai Indians management to finish that off before the season.
Yeah.
But I do believe it is very, very important to do it.
Rohit, last season, Virendra Sehwag told me, while playing for IPL, his earnings got reduced as he had to do endorsement deals for the team. As the most successful captain of Mumbai Indians, do you believe in the same?
That's Virubhai for you. But no, I look at it in a different way. I feel if the brand has a connect with you, they will get you anyway.
Right.
And that is totally on you, what you do and what appeal you have
Sure.
for the brand to come and associate with you. It doesn't matter whether the brand is associated with IPL and wants to associate with you separately. It doesn't matter. It's entirely up to you and the brand. And I feel you have that appeal and then brand will connect with you anyway.
Many of your fellow cricketers have invested in multiple ventures, be it new apparel brands or athleisure brands or even energy drinks. Do you have any plans to leverage brand Rohit and invest or start such a venture in the near future?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. It's a different side of the world, and it is something that will take a lot of effort, a lot of strategizing, to get to where we want to get. A matter of fact is, we've already we've finished our talks with New Era, which is the best in the world, and I will be launching my cap range very soon.
Oh, wow.
So yes, that is one thing, and there are other talks that is happening currently. So in future, there might be a lot of things that will come up.
We've got a studio audience called Brand Walas in the house, and they're buzzing with brand questions for you, Rohit. So should we go to the first one?
Hi Rohit, this is Ashrit. You've been associated with a range of brands, right from Aristocrat to Hublot, which does not advertise much on TV. Is there any reason behind endorsing such brands which are not the above-the-line media spends?
Yeah, see, Hublot, talking of Hublot, they actually don't do a lot of commercials. They just want to be associated with sports in some capacity. Hublot, for the fact that they just got into cricket in 2016, so they'll take some time. Hublot is a global brand, and they're still trying to know things about cricket. They're still trying to know things about how the Indian market works. So in future, you never know, there might be something that will come up. And Aristocrat, they actually did a lot of digital work. I feel
Digital is the new TV, I believe.
digital is a new TV. Like a lot of you guys, I'm sure, more than TV, you are on your phones watching what is happening and keeping up with the world. So digital is something all my brands are targeting towards, because we have seen the numbers of viewership that you get on television and digital platform, and the numbers are massive. There's a huge difference, huge gap between the two.
Cool. The next one, please.
Hi Rohit, cricketers nowadays are shying away from endorsing A-rated drinks and junk food as well. Do you believe in this?
Yes, I do, but I believe in moderation about these particular brands. It has aerated drinks, soft drinks have all been part of our childhood. I'm sure all of you here have been, engaged into that at some point of the time. Nobody here has not done it. So I wouldn't say that I want to refrain away from that. I would not, because it has been part of my childhood, and I use the word moderation. Everything is good in moderation. Anything you do excessively is going to harm you.
We've got a fun game for you in our segment, Brand Googly. The situation is simple. We're in the last over. We need 13 runs of 6 balls, and we've got the man of the moment on the crease, Rohit Sharma. Just that, it's not cricket. We are playing Brand Pong, where the bottom layer gets you 2 runs, middle 4 runs, and the top one gets 6 runs. There are certain brand categories that are there in the cups that you hit, and you have to endorse them in Rohit style.
We should.
Perfect. Let's take a go.
I'll go for a 6 first.
Go for a 6 go first? Okay, let's try. Rohit Sharma can never go wrong with his 6s. Superb.
Furniture.
There is a chair right there which you're sitting on. Why not Rohit does his iconic brand poses to sell this interesting piece of chair?
This is the chair where I come and relax after the game. It makes me feel comfortable. Go buy now. Today in the stores, available.
Cue to the set. Person who's made this chair, please auction this one. This will get you a great steal. You can't miss your 4 as well. Perfect.
So this one is pen. This is not just a pen. This is something that I'm going to write my script of a 9-year-old boy traveling from Borivali to Churchgate to live his dream. तो आप भी जाइए, ये पेन खरीदिए और अपना स्क्रिप्ट लिखिए.
Superb. Bang on. Rohit Sharma doesn't miss a single shot.
This is now microwave.
Okay, so let's
Microwave.
sell a microwave.
Records, I break them. Chances, I take them. Cookies, I bake them for Samaira. Microwaves, go buy now. Available in stores.
Rohit, you've done and achieved all there is to achieve on the cricket field. Going forward, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind for brand Rohit Sharma? Do you plan to venture into commentary or become a coach post-retirement, or better still, an administrator like Saurav Ganguly?
Honestly, I haven't thought about it, but I will continue to do stuff that I like, I want to indulge into. But I haven't really thought about what will be the plans after the retirement. But again, like, what I'm doing now, probably that is something that will carry forward and make me do so many other things in future as well. So yeah, that is what I feel. And in terms of legacy, of course, see, you do as much as you can while you're playing. Even when you finish, you want to go in a way where you can look back and say, these many games I have won for India. That is something that I would want, not the hundreds or the runs that I've scored. I want to be a match winner at the end of the day. So that is what I will look back and say, okay, these are the games that I won for India.
It's been an absolute amazing conversation with the man of the moment, Rohit Sharma. But we are at the end of the episode. From the entire team at Kiska Brand Bajega, thank you, Rohit, for gracing the show. We hope you continue hitting them out of the park and make us all proud. Wishing you health, happiness, and many hundreds in the years to come. Thank you very much, Rohit Sharma, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Kiska Brand Bajega gives you a chance to visit our studios and interact with India's biggest celebrity brands live by answering a simple question.
Which of the following watch brands does Rohit Sharma endorse? A. Rolex, B. Tissot, C. Hublot, D. Fossil.
Send your answers to us by commenting on our Instagram post and following our page at Kiska_brand_Bajega.
I'll see you again at Kiska Brand Bajega, where we bring to you the best of the marketing world. Until next time, this is Aditya Bhatt signing off. Happy branding.
The talent in India is so deep, and we just need to encourage more and more people to come in. And I believe at Spotify, as we grow bigger and we have more and more Indian users coming in, and of course, the other global users we have, we believe we can take the Indian artists not only within India in a bigger way, but we can take them to the world in a bigger way.